Alright, and we return with the Darkest Dungeon after a while, about 2-3 weeks, as we had to organize the convention in between, so we are now again ready to play the game. Some described as that game is so stressful. Would not consider it quite that way, but it certainly is not among the easiest titles we have ever played, especially when we went to the Darkest Dungeon and came very quickly running back, and not with very mentionable success. So as noted, welcome, and let's move towards the game and see how well we do or not, which often is the case over in this game, being the latter. So let's see. We should have the game started here and ready. Good. And we are good to start. Good to start playing, and we of course start with very excellent events like Lost Shipment. Yet another cargo vessel has sunk off the coast, and the surviving crew have proven distressingly evasive concerning the particulars of this latest nautical nightmare. Excellent. Supply quantities changed by -50%. Provision quantities changed by -50%. Yeah, that's a great way to start your expedition. -50% supplies and provisions. Welcome. Welcome to the game. As said, like, the game is not absolutely player friendly. Oh, hello there, Kisu. So you're apparently visiting Leopard, considering the account. So welcome in any case, and good evening to you. So let's see how we do. We started very nicely with like 50% less supplies and provisions due to Lost Shipment, so always great random events makes one feel welcome when the game starts out with that. So let's see what we can do. So we mostly, except the disease situation, seem to be having mostly no stress issues at all, which is always like one almost in need of. Let's see, do remember they had specific requirements. Yes, gambling. So let's put them to that, and actually otherwise there is no stress issues almost at all. Some disease, so let's see. Alright, this was like the least worst of, like -20% healing skills while camping. This is kind of less pleasant, -25% virtue chance, and this is kind of only -5%, so it's not too bad overall. Only might like to treat the -25% virtue chance, which is kind of unpleasant. You should preferably get virtues rather than debuffs, so let's treat that. We have budget, so it's a good idea to get rid of that at least. And what did we have here? Alright, rabies. This is kind of annoying. We get +15% damage, but -20% damage and -15 accuracy, which is kind of annoying. You get mostly minus. Rabies by itself would actually be alright, because rabies does reduce accuracy, but it also adds damage. So let's treat preferably first the cuff, so we get more damage even if we wouldn't get rid of the rabies. But very often when you have expanded or like improved the hospital overall, you tend to often eliminate more than one disease at a time, so it should be alright also in that respect. Ah, nice! The white kitty, black kitty and white kitty, so hopefully be doing well there, all feline. So then we should most probably see, like, can we buy something interesting from the nomad wagon? Alright, if you have a lot of money. Wrathful bandana, arbalest only, alright, do not think we even have any arbalest. Guardian shield, man at arms only. Plus 10% protection if in position 4. Really, like, how often do we have man at arms in position 4? Like, usually they are much more to the front. Really. Flat challenge only, alright, not like we would very often have a flat challenge lately. Alright, then we have this, yes, if you want to have dark, it's kind of problematic. This gives bonuses, yes, but also most monsters get bonuses if you let the light level go like below 25, so it's kind of mixed blessing. Eldritch Slayer's ring, yeah, that's pretty nice, but it's only for Eldritch, so it's kind of specific and not exactly cheap. Chester critical dice plus 7% critical. Alright. And then we do have normal like uncommon items. Minus 15% stress, but also minus 1 speed, which is kind of, you would take a bit more stress for more speed, as speed is pretty much life, as if you get to attack first, it's much more probable that you will not be in trouble at all, so that's kind of questionable whether that's such a good item. Of course, there are always the drawbacks with the items, so worth considering, but not outright special. So let's buy the Eldritch Slayer's ring only. At least that was pretty good use for budget. Then we also had things you can get with crystal, which all of them seem to have a lot of crystal in them. And they look very confusing. Non-Euclidean hilt. Yeah, that sounds nice. And they have pretty powerful effects. Plus 25% stun kill chance if holy water in inventory. Blight, 120% base. 2 points per round for 2 rounds. Those are pretty nice, but also like really expensive. 400 crystal. Really. Right. Ignore stealth. That's an interesting for minus 20% virtue chance actually. Ignoring stealth is pretty potent. Let's buy that actually, like ignoring stealth, especially for the front fighter, is quite meaningful boost, even would say. So let's see. Let's see then about, we should probably try for an expedition, as there isn't that much more and we are not in too much trouble overall. So we should probably see what we can embark on. There's a lot of missions and most of them red, so let's see, we do still have some boss fights like Formless Flesh that will be quite demanding because it can heal itself. Gibbering Prophet, which is the last of the Prophet ones. Both of these are pretty hard. Alright. This again gives something only if you're in position 4, a lot like the item we looked at recently, which is kind of demanding. Protective wards, right. We would get another very rare Crusader item. We are already using that. Medium champion level. Would possibly do like level 5 people. And see how quickly we run back. Like let's take level 6 healer and whatever we can with level 5, so we would get some level increases. And we do have the Abomination on the lower level, which is also kind of risky to take on level 5 quest, but we have level 6 fighter there, so we could also, or we try to improve the level of the shield breaker in this case, so could try that with the medium length quest. So some might even gain levels. Hello there, Ticatron. Good to see you. Oh, thank you. So let's see about embarking then. So obtain equipment. And yes, we do have the reduced quantities, so fortunately it's only medium length, like we get reduced amount of pretty much everything, so it's kind of only 12 torches, which will be fun. That's kind of like buy the shop empty. Fortunately it's only for one expedition. Will be interesting for a medium length quest. It might be that we come running back or run out of torches. So right, we have exclamation mark here. What for? Apparently just for new items. Let's go with the current equipment and see like whether we run out of supplies, because we had only 50% of maximum supplies available, so it's kind of might come running back, but do believe that the normal supply situation will then be in any case restored in for next embarkation, so in that respect it's kind of somewhat a throwaway round in terms of supplies. Oh, hello there. Hello there, Riz, Harry and SFW. Really good to see you all. Indeed. If we had like, we have 50% less supplies than normal due to a shipwreck, which is good event to start the game. Like, yes, welcome to Darkest Dungeon, and then it's like, oh, and you get less supplies, which is pretty much like the game typically tends to be. So, right, let's then proceed to the dungeoneering proper. So, let's see. So, open the map and... Right, we need to explore 90% of the rooms, and let's take this part first and then go to the other side. Alright, free torch, which becomes kind of like... And we even got a gem, so... Better situation than expected. Alright. Fortunately not like the strongest trap ever. And first fight. Alright, we do have some... Let's start by getting some glide to the shootist. Then we can apparently can't directly finish them, so let's just do normal, like, and actually hit also them with finish them, so maybe even grab rubble and start taking crossbow bolts like immediately. Heal oneself, fortunately quite well also. Right, and buff. And missed. Oh. Right, and start taking damage, or at least moderately. So let's throw some more poison darts. Always chemical warfare being useful. Right, they almost expired, so again, like, very modest 16 damage. We still can't hit them with finish them, so let's again hit at least someone does damage. And missed again, like, really try the same things over and over and expect a different result, which seems to not be totally successful. That's much less bad, like 5 though got stunned, which of course doesn't help. Right, resisted also blight. Let's get rid of the shootist finally. There we go, no more crossbow bolts. Let's heal at this need, like heal everyone, so we get at least some health back. Right. And they exchanged the order back by themselves, so they actually resurrected. Let's poke at them again because they... Right, that helps. Now we can hit them with finish him, so let's finish him. At least they won't be resurrecting anyone for a while. Now we really have to heal only the shield breaker, otherwise would be some amount of trouble. Alright. Works for me like exchange places.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
And again we start over with them. was like, great, let's resurrect them. Let's start then. Apparently missing. Oh well. Right, heal at least a bit more. And fortunately they do not always get quite as good damage dice. Alright, and it blights the frontman. Oh well, at least something happens. Only 18 damage with the crossbow.
Now the true test.
Yep.
Hold fast or expire.
Fortunately we get to heal them immediately.
It cannot be escaped,
At least.
but it can be postponed.
Alright, that helped. Like 22 only. Fortunately they are protecting, so we can at least spread the damage a bit. And they expired. That helps finally a little. And again they are being guarded probably, so we get blight there. Fair enough. Let's heal everyone, because everyone is running out of health, so it's like heal everyone is a good option. Yeah, the narrator is kind of special. Kind of have a mixed opinion on it. It adds somewhat to the tension, but the narrator is also kind of over enthusiastic in this one's opinion. It's kind of overacted maybe. It's interesting. It certainly is very good try I would say. Alright, and then we poke at them with the spear, but it actually hits the frontman because they are guarding. Finally they miss for once. Alright, and we can probably hit them also with finish them, which of course hits the one guarding. Now we are gradually getting towards victory, so not too bad. Alright, critical. Alright, they are very close to running out of health. Let's again heal everyone, and with some bonus healing even good. And do things that now we can finish them by proxy. So now we have only the crossbow guy in the front, which isn't helping their cause. And it of course helps their cause if we keep missing. Now they can only like poke with the bayonet, because let's do some big action.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There we go. Treasure. And pretty good treasure, and we even are mostly in good health. Let's put some food into use now that we still have resources. And then 70, so let's use one torch. We have to really conserve with the torches, because otherwise we run out. Alright. It's not the best idea ever to check out the Iron Maiden, so usually leave it untouched. Alright. Goal and cult it. Let's see. And everything seems to cause bleed. Let's see if we can actually push the wrong button. Oh well. Let's start with the goal. Probably slightly more of a danger. Everyone please. We even have some bandages, but not many, because we are running out fast. Alright, 14 is a pretty good hit. And maybe now we go for the pickaxe. Again, spare please. We are doing pretty good. Getting rid of the goal at least. Going to use a bandage currently because you're not dead enough. And miss. Alright, some moral damage for all, yes. Her. And again, heal everyone, please. And let's try with the pickaxe. And yes, got rid of the goal, so now we can concentrate on the cultist, who is clearly taking it pretty quickly. Some morale improvement even for the good dice. Alright, good, we get to heal everyone again. Only 38. Like, must be sufficient to 38 damage.
Such a burden of finery.
Alright, 2 food. It's very valuable, considering the minor supply crunch. I have not tried the sequel because the sequel is not yet available on Steam, so have not actually tried to. Think it's by now out of early access, but only on other. It's not available on Steam. At least have understood it's now out of early access. Not totally sure. Do remember some streamers played it when it came out, but have absolutely no opinion because have not really looked into it even at all. Want to kind of keep the surprise with it until it comes out also on Steam and then play it on streams at some point. So have also understood that it hasn't at least received quite as positive response as this game, but have not really looked into it almost at all, would say, with the sequel. So not much aware of it yet. Alright, so we have no bleeding, only horror, and do not think there's much to be done about that, so try to use torches sparingly. Empty room, alright. Next room, please. Still no scouting, we clearly need the bat. And again, right, that's loot. For once it paid off.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Let's see, does holy water remove horror? No, it just gave a buff. Oh, it would be good if holy water also counteracted horror like. Right, looks surprisingly similar. And PRNG is clearly giving quite similar situations. We were just before like past an Iron Maiden and then came up with the goal and the cultist, and then it's again the same. PRNG clearly is giving us very similar inputs tonight. Alright. Need to heal there a bit. And improve the situation. We even use a bandage, which are rarity. And then miss, so kind of. Alright, 11 is a start. Dodged, good. Any wasted attack is a good attack. Heal again here. Alright, now that's like back to full health. And now we didn't even miss. Better. Alright, that was effective Scaltos, like half the hit points immediately. Alright, there's some revenge for you.
Has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be
Alright, and then we have to heal here. Then we can concentrate on the cultist. And we have gotten like 2 or 3 rooms into it, so it hasn't been very easy. Especially with like half the supplies isn't helping, so let's heal everyone at this junction. And then pickaxe please, at least some pickaxe action. Alright, again 38. That's certainly sufficient also this time.
Remind yourself.
Alright, finally running out of inventory space, so let's see. This isn't very desirable, like 250 only, unlike that's 1000. And then we can pretty much, we might still camp considering the difficulty, so leaving other treasure for now, as it's good to keep the firewood along. But knowing how hard it actually gets, it might be useful to camp, so right, empty room. And then let's see about next move. Alright. Let's check out the ashes.
A fortune waiting to be
Onyx,
spent.
emerald and citrine in the same place, so actually have to consider we have so few supplies that getting rid of them would not be very smart, and we are currently carrying only more expensive gemstones. Only the 750 would be kind of tempting, but not enough. It's only money practically. We do not really want to take damage, and we still have food to burn, so unsurprisingly the food situation is not at least yet critical. Alright, another empty room, which is always good because empty room will not damage any stats either. Unlike torches are kind of not in such a big supply. Alright, bookshelf. Let's see. Map, nice, so we get information on the floor, very nice. Quite a few empty rooms, so that means that there at least isn't that many fights ahead of us. And we actually can't get from here to there, so we have to backtrack a bit. Yep, and it showed even that there's going to be a room fight. Fortunately it's only like just maggots, but it's a lot like in Arkham Horror, you say it's just a cultist, and then you like try to kill a cultist with a Tommy gun for 8 turns or something like that. Has happened like several rounds of combat. This one tries to kill one cultist with a Tommy gun, so you shall not say that it's only this and this enemy, as usually also this and this enemy will prove surprisingly tough once you underestimate it. Alright, dodged. Let's try to finish them. 30 damage is most probably sufficient for maggots. And immediately get, of course, a disease. Always. At least didn't apparently get the disease. Alright, one gun. Alright. So little need of healing, but let's do judgment. Alright, that was effective. then we, yes, finished this fight, so only like one disease again. So they will be probably going into treatment a bit once we get back to town. Light level still 67, so not going to. And then more backtracking. And again hunger. Yes, we still have food to burn. And we are not taking damage simply from lack of food until we are out of it. That's for sure, because it's always unnecessary damage if you take damage also from the hunger. Right, empty. Oh, by now like basic supplies would be a good find, but typically you find very limited amount of them in the dungeon proper. Yes, this room is also empty. Right, sack. 25 gold. To food. That's much more welcome, like 25 gold. Thank you. There should be a trap, yes. Armed it for some morale buff. And find a room. There should be a room combat here. Yes. And we have like 19 thoughts level and immediately get shot at. So let's increase the light level at least a little. Alright, 18 for the shoot. Is this a good start? Let's attack them and throw some daggers. And of course they attack to the railroad. They are even stealth. And then we again get to heal back from the death's door.
If only to bleed again.
Let's get rid of the shootist and not miss, of course. Try again throwing some daggers, and we got rid of the shootist, which is a good start. Then would be nice to be there, but we should also do some work here, so let's go with that first. Less damage is less damage. Again here. It's like 10 million buffs, so not surprisingly it strikes pretty hard. Alright, that removes one source of damage. And they resurrected the crossbowman. Oh well. Let's strike at them. Don't really like getting the crossbow debuffs. But let's strike with them with the big axe, and that eliminates them. Should also finish the job this time and get rid of the corpse. You can't resurrect without a corpse.
Teetering on the brink.
And all the good work at healing them undone, so let's start again. Kind of not the luckiest thing ever. Let's strike them with the big axe in return. That didn't help much, so let's try a bigger axe, which gave a bigger result. And some morale buff even. Nice. And then we most probably should should go for more even like healing kind of situation where we should first target here and then heal everyone next round. Let's get rid of that. Yes. It helps a lot that we now only have the usual damage guy. Alright, and again, death's door. Kind of unlucky. We get to heal them again. And missed. Great. Let's try with the axe. Alright, that was effective. And even gave some morale buff, which is nice. Arbalest only.
Or is it merely a trick of
Food.
the light?
That's quite valuable. And then we have deeds, which are always a valuable find. And we even have space for them. Especially because we are running out of torches, so. And now we get to even use food for healing, because we actually have enough food to burn for that purpose still. And then we get to use the key. We bought also all the keys, so nice. Money isn't very valuable compared to like anti-venom. We can even carry the money, but it's kind of least valuable commodity usually. Usually like when you have sufficient budget in base, it's kind of carrying around stacks of money is not effective use of the inventory overall. So, and we have even some light level, and we are done with this side of the dungeon. So backtrack time, and certainly not going to bother with the torches when we are. Anyway, we know that there will not be anything in the corridors, so keep moving. And certainly we have food at least. We can still even get away with the hunger, and it's again up to the dice how often you get that. So alright, and now we get to move further on again. Right, not touching any altar in this situation. Let's use a torch, at least one, a bit more light, kind of like minimal budget, because we are running out of torches quite early due to the supply crunch. Fortunately, we are also getting closer and closer to the required amounts of rooms rescued or explored, so there should be a trap here soon. There it is. Need to look already carefully due to the kind of limited torch budget.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but
Black as
yonder,
pitch, so
a glint of gold.
Also adds to all the negative things, but actually you can see a bit better in the pitch darkness than the lowest torch setting, which renders the very dim orange image. So it's actually, in a sense, it's better to go pitch dark, amusingly. Alright, then there's the room battle, and there's a curio on the way. We still have food to burn at this point. Can also pretty much throw away the. Alright, a lot of money. We can also pretty much throw the firewood away. We can't camp because we have no food. Supply situation. Alright, going into a fight, so let's use at least one torch. Like, yes, it's a bit less dark.
Such a terrible assault
That was
cannot be left unanswered.
effective. Let's put it that way. These are some kind of things in any case, it seems, so. Like, haven't seen a brigand cutthroat before, do you think? Let's try and get rid of them then. And preferably immediately get rid of one, because then you have less of this damage. Heal everyone, please. Next one. Especially as the hunter is stealth, so we just take the next one. Good dice. And now we have only the stealth hunter, so they have to do something and it removes their stealth. Not completely. So let's see if we can do anything. Yes, now they are stealth. Good. Nice headdress also. Heal everyone. Alright, take more blanket fire.
Confusion, nerves, and
Strike them. Spare, yes please. Even more money.
This expedition at least promises success.
Considering we have only 2 food, yes. And consider all things considered, we can most probably live without 8 crests currently. Excellent, like food economy, 2 food. But we also know that there's no fights that way, so let's explore that first. That we are not touching. No. Alright, and we even disarmed the trap just in time. And explore room here. And we completed quest. Supply situation considered, we are not going to push it. We might get the collector or someone as nice paying us a visit, so we are not pushing this mission. We are certainly taking the victory here and now, because if you push this and then you have no supplies at all, it's certainly going to be an interesting time. Right, 11,000, not bad at all. And that the 9,000 fixed price, and quite a few heirlooms also. And we increased all level 5s to level 6, so that went actually really well. Irrepressible. Alright. Positive trait for once. Weak grip on life is probably worse than Hagiomania, which is wasting sickness. Alright. Skilled gambler. Alright.
Ray of sunlight.
Ray of sunlight. This pleasant weather comes welcome chance. Particularly for those currently enjoying a period of convalescence. All stress relief activities more effective. Recovered 86 stress, good. We are only missing about four boss fights anymore. Right, for once the hamlet looks like colorful, because it's the ray of sunlight, so it's like much nicer looking, because sun for once shines, which is rare occurrence. Like, have seen the ray of sunlight maybe once before during the whole run, so for once the sun is shining. So, and then we need to certainly do a bit of stress relief, especially. So let's go and drink with the caretaker. Campbell. And that was pretty much those who needed stress treatment and the healer, so he was even a skilled gambler now, so let's do stress relief as needed. And we did level up the couple of ones we chose for that purpose, so also successful in that sense. And then it would be time to see can we build anything. Alright, we could reconstruct the Athenaeum or the Performance Hall, which is only for Chester, so this is actually somewhat nice bonus, and it mostly costs resources, so let's rebuild the Athenaeum. There we go. That was quickly, like the missing frame explodes and then we have a nice new building. Oh, hello there, Camu. The previous run was already missing the scouting path, so it's always good to have you here for the Darkest Dungeon, as of course you're famous for scouting. So welcome and good to have you here. We are still playing the usual, maybe half an hour more. So let's see what we can do next. We mostly have full roster, so no needs in that respect. Let's see what missions we can do here. We do have pretty good budget, so you could also check which trinkets are the best ones. Here, for example, we do have two quite special ones, so we actually have no trinkets at all. Those are the base like items, so then one needs trinkets. Plus 25% max HP. Alright, that's kind of useful. Plus 25 damage. It also causes more stress, but it's kind of we could of course also use staff ring here, but it's like plus 30% stress then, so might be more interesting to actually use the crew spell, so move resistant plus 20% healing, so we do have some extra stress, but also increased damage, so, and this increases healing received, so those should be actually pretty good for what they are. So let's then see what else. How's our Abomination doing? Quite well. Probably have a better trinket by this time than the virtuous chalice. Youth chalice seems better, plus 20% max HP. Because the healer often gets targeted, so that should be better in that respect also. And then let's try actually getting rid of the prophet and see what happens. Probably taking the Chester. We even have 2 occultists, which actually would play best from second line. Let's try that, then we still need a support. Considering the Chester plays best from the third row, might still take that. What disease we have here? Alright, that was the not very problematic one, because it only prevents receiving healing while in camp. Ah, thank you for asking. Been quite alright. The work week was not too bad, and slowly now preparing this weekend towards east, so not yet hurry in the sense that do also have the 19th off before departing proper, so should be able to prepare for east quite calmly still. So in that respect should not be too much of an issue. Back a bit, or at least sort things during the weekend, and then get ready at least during early week. Working still for Monday, and then having a day off on Tuesday before departing towards the airport for east, so that should be pretty nice also. So been quite good would say. And what about Yeah, it's a shame that not many made it to east this year, like also from Finland. Hopefully you have also recovered from the convention and otherwise well yourself, Camus. And yeah, we are indeed going up against Gibbering Prophet, which is kind of might not be the best choice, but we have to try the boss fight at some point. And yes, now we have the right amount of supplies again, so we can buy like 22 food should be enough. Taking more than 4 shovels and 6 of both. Remedies, 4 keys. And as we have seen from how things usually transpire, taking all the torches. Yes, the convention now held at Ringberg Hotel. Yes. Alright, and then we embark and see if we can get rid of the Gibbering Prophet, the final prophet type boss.
I lured him to the dig. There, I showed him the thing and detailed the full extent of my plans.
And of course it always goes wrong with our ancestors when they come up with some great idea.
I ran shrieking into the shadows, wailing maniacally that the end was upon us all. The echoes of his mindless tittering reverberate maddeningly.
And here we go. Now we at least have more supplies. Alright, so it's pretty much either there or there. So let's check first that endpoint. And then we immediately get, at least we for one surprise people again. Alright, some judgment you say. Let's try pulling at the stealth. And then start throwing some. Alright, got the big guy to bleed. And 26, a really good going. Rough shot because he's now stuck in the front row, so it was useful forcing them to fight from less than desirable positions. That was quite elegant fighting tactically. So now we can try get both of them.
Precision and power.
And both are bleeding even. Now he's better position, but what's the problem? Let's pull at them again, just to abuse them if nothing else. Alright, we are getting close to dropping the big guy. Heal everyone, please.
The bigger the beast,
And the big guy
the
went
greater the glory.
negative effects. Alright. Blanket fire is not the worst issue ever, and we can strike them to Chester and strike them with the Morning Star. Alright. Heal everyone again. Yeah, it was kind of like all the tickets to East were sold in like when it originally opened for registrations. This one also waited for like almost a year that got the spot, because it was the original waiting list was pretty long And the issue was also how they did registration, like that you send first the confirmation email, and as email is not order preserving medium, it's altogether up to luck with email servers and message transport, whether you get to actually register early or late. So like being really fast doesn't help much when, for example, this one's original confirmation email came through, took like over 10 minutes, and originally had to do the waiting list for almost a year. So it was indeed, the places went like really early on comparatively. Yeah, Kisu, it's indeed a shame that you couldn't join or so. Hopefully next year, because really wanted that you could also again make it to East as vacation proper. Yeah, hopefully things improve. So we were chasing after the gibbering prophet. Let's keep bothering our current assailants, and even stunned and bleeding, so at least they are what, 1 HP 2, wow. And we get to heal the healer, who is currently burst of health and even critical, really good healing. We can't do much other than buff others now, because there's nobody in the second slot where the Chester usually strikes, but this should be enough. And a lot of loot, really, like everything. Good. Alright, map, nice. Let's see how far that reaches, so we can see which way. Not quite far enough to see the boss yet. So there's a fight immediately in the next area. The room itself is empty, yes, so move on, and we are immediately approaching a fight. Yes, right.
The light, the promise of
Illuminate. And then you can even throw judgment, as we don't really need that much healing right now. Alright. Let's pull on this thing. Good. So now he gets to take it from the front. Only 33. That's very modest of you. Let's try reconstruction on them. 1. It was a good throw on the dice. You can't attack the front with these, so let's attack the spearmen. Pretty good strike for the Chester. Well struck, even the... And now our healer heals themselves, and that's much better. The weird reconstruction kind of did nothing, or even worse. Let's try and get rid of that thing so it won't be resurrecting anyone. This is quite important. Right. And then we again take 18 from the spare thrust. Let's try it. Alright, we are much better at reconstructing ourselves, like 42. And the healer is again stuck with healing themselves slowly. Alright. And now we hopefully get rid of this guy, yes. So no longer resurrection. And also get rid of that.
Give them no quarter.
Unsure how you make the corpse of an undead bleed. 22, now the reconstruction even does something. And then we start striking at the remaining spearmen. Right, impale. Classic, it's practically same as so. Let's answer by healing everyone at least a bit. Classic in general, because the impale is kind of reflection of the ability impale on the shield breaker, so it's kind of same thing. That's again like in a battle ballad, so everyone does better, hopefully. And that finishes them off. Use some food for health. Indeed, Kisu. And yes, Harry will be at EF. Certainly. Yeah, there will be other things. As Kisu noted, the cruise should be nice also. Would say, especially if Kisu can make it again to the cruise, because it's been a couple of times. Kisu hasn't really made it to the cruising, so that would be certainly very nice also. Alright, and then we are mostly in good shape to continue. Let's put some food in there and keep going. Map again, so maybe we can now hopefully see where the prophet might be. Yes, we actually apparently know it, yes. So the boss is there, so we know to not even go to that branch. Good. And now we find extra torches.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
Right.
Now it must be carried home.
So we now know where the boss is. That also makes things a bit easier. Dull and uninteresting books. Oh well. We have food, especially because it gives a bit of free healing, so in that respect also it's very nice. Oh, indeed. Hope you can join the cruising. It's always a good time. Right, and then we should keep moving. Hopefully get to the boss. And now we have torches to spare, so of course keep things well illuminated. Unlike last time, like. Alright, and then we have the phone courtiers, which are always like we're trying to get rid of immediately, because tempting goblet is now the leading cause of stress, and here we go. So let's start with tempting goblet and 23 stress, which is very unpleasant. And missed. Yes. Probably the worst thing in the thing is the tempting goblet. Let's pull one of them to hopefully get destroyed in the front. Yes. And good. That was the intent. Decimate them quickly. Of course, warding for that thing. He's there.
War can be never hidden.
Let's pull the other one to the front even if they are currently warded. Attack there. Alright, we can strike that because it's anyway warding our good goblet. Man. And of course some extra stress. Strike again here. Heal the front, alright, funny. That's very, very nice. Again, try and pull at them because also the damage. Alright, their protector is kind of starting to run out of steam gradually, like 1 HP. And missed, good. That didn't miss. Alright, 6 damage even, so the warding is no longer in effect. Heal again. Get rid of that. Good.
A faint hope blossoms.
Alright, pretty good damage from the Chester. Let's pull at them again. There we go, that also destroys corpses for free. Heal everyone. Strike. Now they can't do much like strike the dagger. Chester can't do much about them, but can like attack the corpse. Great. Let's curse them and missed even with that. Let's keep healing everyone. Yeah, because we can take another round and clicked at the wrong place and decimated the body. Let's curse them again, and curse was so strong.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Let's see if we have anything extraneous by now.
As the light gains purchase,
medicinal herbs for sure. These are much better. Sarcophagus slightly ajar. Alright, so we do not probably need 10 treasures, nice. Alright, take a couple of statues. Right, and then we actually have the secret door, so we should even backtrack a little for the secret door. It's that valuable. And we have the key, so we get 3 puzzling trapezohedrons and 2 food. And compared to most heirlooms, these are like 3,500 each. So there's really no question about what is worth carrying. And now we can move forth again. We were so close that it was very little detour, but the values found behind the secret door. Plans on games. Near future, have been at least planning on playing the Hunter quite soon, because it's been a while since I've played played the Hunter, and we still haven't tried any other map than the starting one, and have bought all the map DLCs and pretty much every other thing for that. So certainly also been wanting to play Cities Skylines on stream, and very probably will also be returning to Project High Rise. And there's still the second season of the Cooking Simulator you claimed, so we'll still be doing also the Cooking Simulator. And in the near future, like in a few coming weeks at least, we are doing a special 100 follower party playing the online version of the Talisman board game with Kisu and Luna. So we also do have a special coming up in like a few weeks most probably. So at least those are like plans in the near future. Might also be playing the PC building simulator again at some point, which was kind of amusing with let's like install GPU. So at least those plans would mention immediately. Non-bunny hunting, yes. As you always reclaim the change of rules that you can't hunt bunnies because the bunnies often make bunny noises and appear temptingly in view, but you ensure that there are no bunnies allowed to be hunted. As of course it tends to be that the bunnies make a lot of effort to bounce around temptingly while hunting. So we should keep moving towards the boss fight proper, and that's kind of a demanding corridor. Everything curio, battle, trap. Fortunately, there are actually almost no one room battle the whole way to the boss, so actually not that many battles, because all the room battles are here and we shouldn't go there, so keep moving. Stashed heirlooms, alright. 2 portraits.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Could get rid of
We require
food
only the
there and
strength to
pick
follow
them up. There we go. And we should have the fight. Alright, gargoyle. The gargoyle looks impressive, but it was surprisingly weak when it was concerned like about the gargoyle. It was much less than expected. It looks quite impressive, but it wasn't the... Let's try and pull at it. There we go. Try get the damage dealers and miss altogether. And well, let's get... And didn't even... The gargoyle can do flurry of claws, but this time we got lash of tail, which didn't do much. Alright, miss. Good. And let's try to again hit them, and now we even hit them nice. And that's the gargoyle. Now we get the flurry of claws. Well named mechanism. Let's do curse on them. Weakening curse and strike. There we go, got rid of the gargoyle. And then we little damage, so let's heal everyone. Now we can strike that also with Chester. Strike that, alright. Gun. We have only one remaining, let's curse them. Judgment, alright, 9. Pretty high result for judgment.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Yeah, the gargoyle. Right. Lot of money.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
We should have enough torches so we can use that base for money. Jade isn't very valuable, so not bothering with that. When you have bustling trapezohedrons. Disarmed, good. And now we have only 5 much further on. Nice altar here. And keep moving. Right. That we are not touching. Fortunately, they do not know what to do with that. Because it would be if they would randomly summon the eldritch horror that the altar holds. Like, let's just touch that. Fortunately, it's impossible because the kind of characters, when doing it on their own account, do not know what to put in it. So it's much safer that way. It would be kind of unfair from the game if they could also summon the horrors at will. And on we go. Right, 3 torches. Sometimes these also contain a gemstone, but not very often. Now it contained anti-venom, but we have no more space, so not really needed then. Already carrying maximum amount of anti-venom. Empty. Next room has a fight. We most probably are not going to camp, so let's get rid of that. Trap. Disarmed. Alright, that wasn't what intended to push, but
a bite of bread.
It happens. Would have had food for that, so we go into the next fight. Fortunately, it wasn't that drastic. Now we can then fortunately surprise them, so we can fix mostly the damage from lack of food by healing everyone. There we go. Better. We can pull at the duties and fail. Then we can hit them. And let's start beating the big guy. Crushing blow. It was a bit crushing damage wise. And missed good. Let's try again pulling at the crossbow man. There we go. Let's try. Big guy. Now they can only like just beat with the bayonet until further back. So try at them again. Heal. Alright, that should be enough. 22 healing. Everyone takes a bit of damage. Pull again at them. Missed good. Heal.
A momentary abatement.
Missed good. Alright. Heal, please. Alright. Let's pull at them again and miss. Seven takes quite a while to actually beat that big thing, but it is what it is. Let's try reconstruction here. 19 is already sufficient for sure. Kill everyone. Missed, great. 9. 9 is more than 7.
How quickly the tide turns.
And then we again need to heal pretty much everyone. Reconstruct oneself. 11 is better than none. Alright, let's try again. Getting close with the big guy. Heal everyone, pretty much everybody is running out of health, so adding a bit is more than none. 13, alright. Let's see the healer. Healer gets death's door out. Let's get rid of the big guy at least in revenge.
Perhaps the turning
There we go. Miss, good. Let's see who the other one shoots. Good. About Mr. Chester. Let's try and reconstruct the healer. Yes. Reconstructed. Alright, that removes one. Heal everyone. We have so few opponents left. Start hacking away at the corpses and pull here, because if we get moved it also destroys all the corpses. Yes. Now they can only do bayonets because they are stuck in the front row. Right, and that removes them.
This expedition at least promises success.
Alright, and then we have another chest where we have an advantage with the key. More food, always welcome. The rest is kind of not as much so. Alright. Actually, we are only one away from the boss fight, so let's move one corridor. Alright, that was pretty much what there was to tell about food. Alright, this can be opened with the key.
handsome reward for a task well performed.
Alright, they certainly had wealth and everything.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Alright, and then we have one room remaining and then the boss. So we need to heal quickly also there because we ran out of food. So let's see how that goes. Fortunately we can escape without separate penalty from here. Acids. And here we go, boss fight.
The madman hides there, behind the pews, spouting his mindless drivel.
And we immediately start getting the huge damage. Disasters, what can we do? Alright, healing. Then see if we can pull the prophet. Resisted, though he at least took damage. Most probably can then attack, like we can attack the wooden benches and wooden benches. So it's like, see the people go sleep on bar benches. Quoting private intentions by Private Intentions by Don Johnson Big Band. And we have the issue that it actually requires some kind of... Can we do retribution? We can't even do retribution to that throw, so we have to first of all get rid of some of the benches which are huge. Missed! Wow! First time that have seen the disaster miss. Really. And he always procrastinates to that throw currently. Really like. Fortunately do think that he can't replenish the benches, so now we heal ourselves. Ourselves as the healer. And 26 damage. Like we are beating at wood with the Morning Star. Fulminate, yeah, this was the weird ability. Like give everyone flight. Yeah, now we are in more trouble because that actually works. Fearful, alright. It's at least not as bad as abusive. Alright. At least a different target for the falling stones. Anti-venom. And let's hit the bench. Like we destroy third benches first. Heal. Which is sufficient if you anyway take like 10 million damage, so it's enough to have any health as long as you're not on the death story, you're alright. Only.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
The flight is possible that we are... Yeah, can actually double prognosticate, so that's actually a problem. Doesn't look like we are, because actually expected being able to attack more quickly, so it looks like this is not going to be the way forward at this rate. Anti-venom please, and try to get rid of at least one of the benches, because... Yep.
And now the true test. Hold fast, or expire.
It's really demanding because they can actually heal everyone, so nobody is dying, that's sufficient, but actually this is really difficult when you can't attack, and 2, that helped a lot.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Because the main issue is that this thing can actually do 2 piles of rubble at a time, so it's almost impossible to keep everything in one piece. So considering we have almost destroyed 1 church bench, we are going to retreat
and regroups.
And we are most certainly going to run. That was not simply doable with those heroes. And we actually will get very good treasure because we found the battling trapezohedrons, like 16,000. Yes, we certainly didn't lose much here, but that requires heroes who can all cause damage immediately to the 4th row. Especially as now there are 2 piles of rubble much of the time. Nobody died. Alright, that needs to be dealt with, like, even less healing, and he was anyway the most probable to expire. Yep.
An eternity of futile struggle, or penance for my unspeakable transgressions.
So actually that was not too bad, considering in what amount of trouble we were, like we got almost 15,000, so we are better off budget-wise than because we found the trapezohedrons, so actually that went pretty well, considering the boss fight wasn't really a success. So let's first of all reduce stress as needed, so pretty much everyone. Some gambling. Also the caretaker is gambling. They only like to drink, which isn't currently. Can we actually upgrade the tavern for the 3rd slot? Haven't upgraded the tavern for a while, so there we go. More drinking available.
The rush of life.
That was quite easy. Let's build more spots in the bar. Here we actually have only moderate stress, but we should keep it to a minimum, so let's put them in the Abbey in turn. Yeah, no one died. Some dungeon creatures died, that's true, but no adventurers died despite our not totally successful attempt at the boss, because didn't expect the boss, the highest level prophet, can actually drop 2 piles of rubble at a time, which caused like much more damage than expected to be dealing with, while taking longer to damage them than would have hoped. So requires more that ones that can attack the row 4 consistently. So in that respect it went much less worse than expected. Let's check the time. Alright. And we have done. Do think that we can finish here for today, probably with 1 hour and 3/4. We could still do a short quest maybe. It's not very late night wise. Are there any short apprentice? Alright, that's actually like lowest level ones. Please. We actually have 1 arbalest. Even 1 flagellant. Interesting. What disease is here? Minus 20 damage. That's not too bad for the healer. Right, and we are doing one more quest tonight. Short apprentice one for some training for the lower levels. So a bit longer session today, and there we go. Let's take like 5 bandages, 5 anti-venom, 3 shovels. Maximum food, maximum torches. You never skimp on those because you pretty much function on them. 2 keys to think there might be a couple of good places for a key in a short quest. So Laden, and then we go.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Map, please. Alright, that's pretty nice. Quick run at it. Empty, of course. Another. Now that was not empty. 100 gold. Glittering prizes indeed. Enter room. Ah, thank you. As said, when the scouting pad is here, it goes much better scouting wise. Crap. Disarmed. Extra torch.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
Take 25 gold.
Be carried home.
No room battles here. Next. What's in the crate? Empty. Alright, first fight. Couple of skeletons and a rabbit hound. Alright. Funny. Of course you can't make undead bleed. At least didn't get Rehipis. Judgment in return. That was quite strong. 7. Get rid of the rabbit hound. Only 17. Should be enough. Sniper shot. Alright. Snipe them clearly. The flagellant.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
And 1000 gold even. And still another sack. 50 gold. Nice looking room. Unfortunately, the mausoleum is not enterable, which would be nice. Let's check the side, because we have to do all the room battles, so we have to actually check all the rooms until we find all the room battles. Alright, got rid of one maggot, like 4 maggots, maximum maggots. Sniper shot, 20, that's certainly enough, and one left. One gets to attack, then yes, dodged. Excellent situation, and flatulent. 3 of them 100 gold even. Extra torch, even some heirlooms. Another extra torch. Alright, room battle with the big guy included, so punish him. And even got them to bleed. Judgment of the gunman. Snipe the gunman. That was quite effective. Rain of whips. Fortunately often does a bit of morale damage. 15 helps. Alright. Excellent, got rid of them. And Judgment got rid of the shooty, so we have only have to actually hack through the corpses. There we go. Missed wood. We can't actually sniper of them. We can actually only shoot at the corpse. Was somewhat less than stellarly useful. There we go.
Maintain the offensive. These nightmarish creatures can be felled.
Good amount of treasure, even. Alright. Back again at it. Backtrack. And back here.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Another room battle. Shovel.
Nature herself.
Fortunately, we have a shovel. Shoveling or digging by hand really digs into the morale usually. Alright, clearly one does not leave the hamlet without shovels. Is one quite solid advice in general. You have to have capability in that area. Alright, stress only.
disadvantage.
Alright,
Give them
that
no
worked
quarter.
well. Missed, good. Yeah,
As the
that
fiend
gets rid
falls,
of the one of the fungi.
blossoms.
So strike the other one. Stressful incantation missed, like what, you closed your ears at the right time, or... And no success for them, so we get to... Yes, we got rid of the gunman with judgment. Strike. This should probably finish them off, yes.
This
More
expedition
money.
at least promises success.
Let's check the final rooms as we have supplies. Nothing left to offer. Clearly, that wasn't very successful. Empty room, so we have still one battle left. So let's do that to finish the day off, even if it's pushing luck to go for it, because typically it seems that the game digs out more dice to get something horrible appear or happen if you push it. And of course we push it.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made
At
clear.
least the number of traps is like 10 times now. And now we get to the final room with room battle. Enter room and see what we fight. But the final fight, there was nothing there, so complete quest.
The agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our woods.
And we also collected some treasures, but not like very expensive ones. There's fortunately 3000 base reward also. Beast Slayer, alright. Compulsive, alright. Minus 20% from weird reconstruction, not good. Natural, that's pretty good trait.
Perhaps things are not as bad as they seem.
Alright, confidence improves. Nice. It was successful, short, quick, and gave some experience. Alright, good night. Good night, Camu, and we are also going to be finishing here as we finished, and we are pretty much up to 2 hours, so this was actually a very nice streaming session. Though we didn't win the boss, we at least got away quite intact, and it was more difficult than expected, which isn't a surprise in this game, especially this far into the game, so we need a bit different crew to take it out, who can all like consistently push damage to the fourth row, because there are the remains of the church benches in the way, which are quite damage tolerant with the final prophet type boss. So we actually did pretty good medium length mission for high level characters, then got actually away with a good profit from the mission to the prophet that failed, in the sense that we couldn't really realistically fight the prophet with that choice of characters, and then we made one short apprentice mission to level up lower level heroes. So that was actually very nice. So that was our Darkest Dungeon for today, and wish you all a good night, and let's see who we can raid. Who is playing what for our raiding interest? Alright. Light is doing the long drive, do think. We haven't really raided them yet for a while, so unless anyone guides the raid, let's do Light and the long drive. Let's see if they are playing in fursuit, or at least fursuit head too. Let's check. They now also have a VTube avatar. Oh, actually liked when they did it with the fursuit. Yeah, they are clearly trying to get around in the long drive, so let's go for them. Reliable looking driving. Nice. Alright. So let's start the raid. Good. And thank you all for joining for some Darkest Dungeon and more gaming tomorrow. Thank you and good night.